Really excited to be joined by the driver of the number 99 Chevrolet for Trackhouse Racing in the NASCAR Cup Series, Daniel Suárez, who's coming off a great 7th place finish at Richmond over the weekend, building momentum as we head into Daytona for that regular season finale. We'll talk more about that a little bit later on during this interview. But Daniel, again, thank you so much for joining me today. What is it like for you being a NASCAR Cup Series star?
That's a good question. I would say that the competition has to be, for sure, one of the best parts. I love competing. I love the level of competition that we experience in the Cup Series, and that has been something that, for me, for a long time, the most fun. And that's something I wouldn't change for anything. It's a lot of fun, the level of competition in the Cup Series.
And Daniel, you have such a huge fan base. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. Obviously, to be able to represent the Latino community in the sport of NASCAR, and it's a huge responsibility as well, and that means a lot. And I felt that every weekend I try my best to not just be a good example for my people, but also represent them in a very good way on the racetrack.
Now, Daniel, you've been racing for a number of years. Do you remember the first time you ever got to see a NASCAR Cup Series diecast that was your car?
You know what? I don't remember that. But I do remember the very first time I got to see somebody I didn't know with my T-shirt. And it happened actually in Narrow Club Speedway in 2015. That was a very special time for me because, before then, I only see my family with my shirts. So that was a special time for me.
NASCAR Cup Series drivers really don't have that much time off. You guys have full weekends. You're in the sim. You're in meetings with race teams. But when you do find some time to get away from the track and relax, what do you enjoy doing?
Yeah, obviously there is not a lot of free time, but the little time that we have, I just enjoy to spend it, obviously, with my wife, Julia, my family, going outdoors a little bit. My family, as you know, is in Mexico. Her family is in Europe and Brazil. So we try to travel to these places and to explore. We love life. We are very, very fortunate and very blessed to be living this amazing life in racing. And then when we have some time off, we have the possibility to do these kind of things, in different countries. So we're just very blessed.
So the Xfinity race in Mexico City, what a race, what a win in your hometown. What was that moment like? Because I could feel the energy coming through the TV after you won that one.
It was. I know that it was an Xfinity race, but to me, that race, it was as big as winning the championship in the Xfinity Series. So for me, it was a very, very big deal. So very special, very, very special, not just for the race itself, but for everything around it. Having my friends, my family. I had a couple hundred people there, for me, friends and family. So very special, very, very special. An amazing experience, probably the best weekend of my career. And hopefully I get to experience that in the near future again.
Now, Daniel, you and your team are coming off a great 7th place finish at Richmond from last weekend, but there's some tough tracks coming up, including Daytona, which I'll ask you about here in a second. You've got Kansas Speedway, Phoenix. How do you guys build that momentum and get that first win of the season?
Yeah, the last couple of weeks, to be honest, we've been pretty strong. We have had good speed, and that has shown, on the racetrack. So yeah, it's been fun. I'm really looking forward to continue to build on that. For me, the main thing this year is to win, and that's what we are trying to do right now.
With Daytona coming up this weekend and being the final regular season race and a win in your end situation, Daniel, what's your mindset going into such an unpredictable track? And what's it going to take for you to break through and get that first win and lock in the playoffs?
We have to just execute everything perfectly. It's going to be very important just to execute everything. And that's kind of like what we're trying to do, just trying to be as perfect as possible with the race and trying to have a good, clean weekend.
Well, thank you again for your time today, Daniel. Best of luck. We'll be rooting for you this weekend at Daytona. Looking forward to seeing you at Kansas Speedway in the fall. And really excited to hear what your plans are next year for 2026.
Okay, man. Thank you so much.
Daniel Suárez, the driver of the number 99 Trackhouse Chevrolet in the NASCAR Cup Series.